It's known as one of the most brutal massacres in American history. Back in 1857, more than 100 residents from Arkansas were murdered in Utah. Hourly employees at a major food production company in Springfield are expecting to hear about some big changes today. Evidence of the crime scene is still outside of the church. Take a look at these steps. Blood stains all over, leading out into the street. As you can see, busted out windows, broken glass, leading all the way down to this cracked foundation. It has been difficult to locate. Investigators have been here since around 9 o'clock this morning when reports first came in of a plane that did come down. David and Joy, it is a much smoother evening commute. As you can see, traffic is moving smoothly and swiftly. But it was a different story. It was a rough morning this morning for commuters and people looking to get to their destinations using Highway 65. Recovery efforts continue this morning for a Lockwood teenager that has been missing since a Monday afternoon floating accident. When you think about the YMCA, you probably picture working out, shooting hoops, or even maybe some swimming lessons. Corey Johnson is live at the Southside YMCA, and we're talking about something a little bit different this morning, the arts, specifically pottery. So good morning, Corey. One very large diamond went on display this week in Hong Kong. Check out this rock. It's being called the third largest ever to be sold at an auction. The jewel is more than 70 carats, and the asking price begins at, get this, $10 million. Not a good scene here tonight in the small, quiet community of Neosho. At least three people are confirmed dead tonight, 6 to 10 more injured in area hospitals. Now, this church behind me is where it all took place. There was a service going on here this afternoon at the First Congregational Church in downtown Neosho. A gunman apparently came in and took 25 to 50 people hostage. Now, this all started around 2 p.m. today when a call came into the Neosho 911 center where the caller said someone in the church is shooting and someone had been shot. That's according to the communications manager for the city of Neosho. Several agencies did respond to the scene, and we are told it only took law enforcement 5 to 10 minutes to get the suspect to surrender. That suspect is in the Newton County Jail tonight awaiting charges, which will likely come tomorrow. Now, as I said, Chris, this is a small community here in Neosho with a population of just over 10,000 people. A triple church shooting is not sitting well with neighbors of this small church, but feel this is not a crime trend. Well, Chris, so far authorities are telling me when they arrested this suspect, he had 3 firearms on his person, 2 possibly handguns and a machine gun. Well, David, this house was converted into 4 apartments, and you can see the damage that's left behind after this early morning fire. While fire investigators still don't know the cause, they are working leads. But neighbors waking up this morning realized that the 46-year-old man who lived in this apartment behind me, who they call a good man, is now gone. An overnight fire damaged this house, but also took the life of Bob Drysdale's good friend, Stephen Kickham.
He was just a caring guy. He wore his heart on his sleeve.
Drysdale and fellow neighbor Otto Holtz described their neighbor as someone who always helped others.
If you needed help, all I had to do was ask him once. If he had the time, he'd be right there to do it.
He's the type of person that would do anything for you.
A caring heart that reached out to animals, especially his dog.
He took care of the dog. I mean, it was like his child.
And Drysdale believes that's why Kickham went back into the burning house.
It would have been for Dixie.
My understanding is at this point, both victims that were actually found inside with the life-threatening injuries had been outside and went back into the structure.
Which is something fire officials never recommend. The investigation is focusing on a mattress on the front porch. Investigators still need to talk to witnesses and neighbors, especially the 45-year-old woman who went to the hospital with third-degree burns. There were apparently no working smoke alarms in any of the 4 units of this house.
It's a shame. A guy came in to save his dog. And we hear the dog's okay, but he's gone. That's it.
Now, fire investigators can't say yet whether that mattress was deliberately set, but they hope to get that answer when they talk to witnesses, neighbors, and especially that woman that is still in the hospital with critical burns. Well, I did contact the city of Springfield and was told that this house was split into 4 apartments back in 1985. The owner did acquire a permit to do that, and it has been registered with the city ever since. Yvette, we are here in southeast Springfield, and take a look at this downed tree limb right here. It's almost as tall as myself, and it's just coated with ice. No wonder why this tree limb fell overnight. We're here on East Swallow Street, but this is just the beginning. Take a look as you go west on Swallow Street. More tree limbs are down as the ice just coated these trees and their limbs gave way under all that weight. And this was the scene this morning as people braved the ice to get their trees out of the roadways and ice off their cars. CU crews are busy this morning restoring power to the 4,300 CU customers still in the dark and cold this morning. I caught up with some Springfield residents on their thoughts about this latest round of winter weather from Mother Nature. One told me he thinks the damage this round is worse than last year's in his area. Now, if you're waking up to a cold home this morning, make sure you report your outage to CU. Don't rely on your neighbor or family or friends to do it, because CU needs to know exactly which in every house has a power outage this morning. Yvette, back to you.
And we're not sure who this one belongs to. His lights are still on.
As Brandy Kingsolver walks around what used to be her gas station,
There used to be a whole canopy up over this,
she remembers a night of close calls.
and they just barely made it into the store before it hit.
But she's not the only one.
When I seen sparks and wind pressure hit and stuff started flying up against the glass.
Down the road, these McDonald's workers ran for shelter when the tornado hit. Here at the McDonald's in Gassville, as you can see, not too much damage to the front of the restaurant, just a couple pieces of damage to the roof. But take a look at the golden arches. As you can see, this tornado was so forceful, it bent it in half and wrapped it around this Pontiac Firebird with 3 men still inside.
There was 3 men in the car, and they said that they looked up and they seen the sign coming down, and that's when they leaned over and was getting out the side of the door.
But some restaurants got it worse.
Because I'm working hard all the time for this place every day. I don't believe this.
Doma Garay is the owner of Letty's Mexican restaurant. Now the statue that once stood inside is the only thing left standing outside her business.
It's all my work in there, and now I don't got nothing.
The damage is pretty widespread. It looks about a mile long.
During a news conference, Baxter County Sheriff John Montgomery says how much of this small town needs major help.
I'd say 30–40% looks pretty serious.
Never. It's always been something you see on TV, you know, where you look at it and go, oh my gosh. This is the first time I've ever had firsthand experience with something like this.
An experience she hopes will never be repeated. Marybeth Brush, Color 10 News. 100-degree temperatures decorated our area today, but one area that didn't see 100-degree or reach the century mark is Aurora. Mays Auto Group, they reached 98.7 degrees, just shy of 99 degrees. Their temperature right now, though, 84.7 degrees at the 10 o'clock hour, and that's still pretty warm for being overnight. Humidity 48%, dew point 62.8, and those winds are calm right now. Taking a look at some temperatures, though, across the Ozarks, 80 degrees in Springfield, same reading in Joplin and Chanute. A little bit warmer, though, to our north, 87 in Rolla, 84 in Osage Beach. Cooler, though, in Fayetteville, 74, 83 in Harrison. Storm scan, not too much going on across the Ozarks and across our state. Just a few clouds here and there, and that's keeping our temperatures warm. 80 in Springfield, 80 in Kansas City, 86 in St. Louis. 90 in Little Rock, 73 a cool spot in Denver. Not too much storm scan nationwide as well. A few showers to the north, though, in Michigan, creating some storms there, though. Tonight, clear and warm, 70 degrees with a light south wind. Hot, hot, hot tomorrow, Sunday. Warnings will be in effect. Please stay indoors, especially during the afternoon hours if you can. Tomorrow night, clear and toasty, 71 degrees with a light north wind. And Monday, extreme heat once again, 101 degrees to start off our work week. Arkansas will see 102, and our 7-day forecast, those hundreds keep sticking around through Tuesday and Wednesday. 102, Thursday 96 degrees, rounding out Saturday at 94. So it does seem like a cool front, or at least some cooler temperatures will be back in the Ozarks starting on Thursday and into the weekend. But Kate and Chris, as you can see by that forecast, no rain chances, no significant rain chances. And that's a big problem, because not only do we have our heat wave from last week continuing into this week, no rain, that's not such a good sign.
Yeah, we need that for our yards and to kind of give us a cool down.
And for the farms and the animals, so we'll just have to wait on it.